WiseGuyBets here with some DFS picks for today, June 1st, 2021. DraftKings main slate. There's 14 games on the slate, and we're going to get right into it and look at the pitcher position. At pitcher, we're looking at Brady Singer. He has a very good matchup tonight. His last game, he did have a -4, but the previous games before that, he had 19 and 20. Those two games, he pitched 6 innings each. I think he can pitch 6 innings tonight. His projection is 15 and a half. I see him over 20 tonight. I really like his matchup against Pittsburgh. He's at home. Brady Singer is someone we're going to try to get into the lineup at pitcher tonight. Now let's look at the catcher position. We're going to look at Jose Trevino for Texas. His projection for tonight is 6.1. He's coming off a 0. You know, I love players who come off a 0. And he's 2-2 against this pitcher. 1 single, 1 double. Salary's $2,900. They are on the road, but the over/under is 9.5. So I think Mr. Trevino, if he plays the entire game, he can get 4 to 5 at-bats. I definitely think he eclipsed the 6.1 projection at catcher, and for the salary, that works for me. So Mr. Trevino is someone I want to try to get into my lineup tonight at catcher. Now let's look at the first base position. At first base, we're going with Freddie Freeman for Atlanta against Washington. His projection for tonight is 9.6. His 12 homers on the season. Last 3 is 9, 2, and 4. But what I like about this matchup, Mr. Freeman has Mr. Strasburg's number. He's 20 for 63. 10 singles, 6 doubles, 4 home runs, batting .317. That's 10 extra base hits out of the 10 hits he got against him in his career. He just has his number. I like the over/under of 8.5 runs. Even though Mr. Freeman has been struggling over his last 5 games, this is a game where he break out of the struggle. He has Strasburg's number. He will get on base multiple times tonight, in my opinion. So Mr. Freeman is someone I want to get into my lineup at first base tonight. Now we're going to look at the second base position. The second base position, I'm going with another person from the Atlanta-Washington game. I'm going with Ozzie Albies. His projection is 8.1 projection points for the night. He has 9 homers on the season. His last 3 are 17, 7, and 4. But again, he has great success against Mr. Strasburg. He's 5 for 19 with 3 of those 5 hits being 4 of those 5 hits being extra base hits against Mr. Strasburg. So Atlanta's at home, and Mr. Albies is someone I'm going to get into my lineup tonight. And the more I look at this lineup, Atlanta may be a quiet 2 to 3 player stack tonight. So Mr. Albies is someone I want to get into my lineup tonight at second base. Now let's look at the third base position. We're going to look at Rafael Devers for Boston. I'm a little hesitant to play any Boston players because Boston didn't come through yesterday as expected. They were one of the more stack-friendly teams, but they didn't. But Mr. Devers had a 0, and I think he will bounce back big time today, possibly a home run we may see out of him today. He has 14 on the season. His projection for today is 7.8 fantasy points. As I say, he's coming off a 0. That is going to change today. He is one of the higher price players, 5,100. But Mr. Devers at third base is someone I want to get into my lineup tonight. Let's look at the shortstop position. We're going to look at the Kansas City shortstop, Alberto Mondesi. His projection for the night is 8.4. Only has 2 home runs on the season, but his batting average is .360. He's getting almost 4 at-bats per game. His last 3 are 24, 0, and 19. He's just pretty hot right now. And he probably has one of the better matchups on the slate tonight. So we're gonna go with him because he's hot and he has a great matchup, and his price is right, $3,500. I like the price of $3,500. So Mr. Mondesi tonight is going to be the person we try to get into our lineups at shortstop. Let's look at the outfield position. In the outfield, we're looking at Avisal Garcia for Milwaukee. His projection for the night is 7.3. He has 10 homers on the season. He's batting .244 on the season. His last 3 games, he had 18, 16, and 0. I love players coming off a 0, especially when they're $3,900 in price on DraftKings, and also when they're 10 for 26 against the Detroit pitcher for the night. He's 10 for 26, 6 singles, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, coming off a bad night. This is a perfect bounce back game for him. The over-under for runs is 7.5. That's lower than I like, but still, I think Mr. Garcia, if anyone has a good night, I think he will have a good night. So Mr. Garcia is someone we want to get into our lineup tonight in the outfield. So those are my picks for today. Again, I use Draft Dashboard to get a quick analysis of players so I can go do more analysis and really put my lineups together. So until the next picks tomorrow, peace.